Welcome back to the Epic Mickey Files. Now last time we opened the files, we took a look at many different inhabitants of the wasteland. From the average citizens that you may know more as the Gremlins or Captain Hook's crew, to the big names of the area like the Mad Doctor and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. But now it has been 3 years since we took a look at these forgotten characters, and there has been many different events that happen in the Epic Mickey franchise, including a sequel, a handheld spin-off, a small comic book series, and the closure of Junction Point to ensure that there might not be any more Epic Mickey games.
Well, this sucks.
But anyways, I was actually surprised to find out that there are a few more characters I forgot to talk about from the first game. So before we enter into the Power of Two, let's try to finish off the few others from the first one with the Bunny Children. I just need to start off by saying that even though they don't have much of a history, they are pretty interesting to look at. The Bunny Children began at the same time as Oswald in their first short, Poor Papa. What's interesting to note about the short is that last time I talked about it in the Oswald file, it was rejected because the Universal heads didn't like it. However, it did manage to get a release a year later in 1928. Today, it's considered one of the 12 lost Oswald cartoons, since you can't find it on DVD or online. But there are apparently some copies that do exist to this day. But back onto the Bunny Children, since there's no way to see the cartoon, there's no clear distinction to know what was their role there. So let's skip ahead to the first successful Oswald cartoon, Trolley Troubles. In the short, they're passengers to Oswald's trolley for transport, facing many different obstacles in front of them. Then the following short, Oh Teacher, was noted to be their last official appearance in the cartoons, playing as extra students in a crowded area. And honestly, that's all I could say on that part. I mean, they're just old cartoons. This is when the plots are simpler than basic. But even though they're officially done, there are two different incarnations that seem to be more similar to the actual Bunny Children. In 1948, when Oswald was in the hands of Woody Woodpecker creator Walter Lantz, and when the character was taking a break from cartoons and settled in comics, he was given two adopted children to take care of named Floyd and Lloyd. In the comics, it would focus on Oswald trying to find some weird jobs and to protect them from other characters like Reddy Fox and Gabby Gator. Another incarnation of the Bunny Children can be found in the Mickey Mouse cartoons known as the Orphans, due to the fact that they each look identical to each other and that they come in godforsaken herds. I will admit that the Orphans don't really seem that convincing that they're like the Bunny Children, since, well, they're not bunnies, and the fact that they show more of a personality than the children in the cartoons. However, it is interesting to note, because later on, they share some similarities in the Epic Mickey games. During development, the bunnies were supposed to come in many different colors, including blue, pink, white, and black. But in the final game, they only come in baby blue. According to the prequel digital comics of Epic Mickey, Tales of Wasteland, there are a total of 420 bunny children, all named Oswald Jr., and they all seem to share the same troublemaking attitude as the Orphans. In the first game, after the Blot Wars, the bunny children have nowhere to go and are scattered around Mickey Junk Mountain and Mean Street. Their relationship with Mickey, though, can be a bit of a mix. On one hand, they seem to really like him and would follow him around along with eating any blotlings in sight. On the other hand, though, they make him heavier and harder to move or jump with each bunny crowding him. And when there's a certain amount around Mickey, they just carry him at the edge of a cliff and throw him off into a pool of thinner. Maybe they secretly share the same anger of their daddy to the mouse during the beginning of the game. Anyways, at Mean Street, there's a special mission where Big Bad Pete wants to round up all the bunny children to his jail cell to stop them from causing trouble in exchange for a power spark. In the sequel, The Power of Two, the bunny children don't really have an important role to play in the plot of the game, but they are vital for one quest where you have to make a choice. Very similar to Pete's mission in the first game, Mickey and Oswald have to round up all the children from all over Wasteland and send them to either Hortensia so she can take care of her kids, or Polly, the ice cream shop owner at Mean Street, so he can sell the kids some ice cream. Personally, I don't think Polly knows who he's facing with. If all those bunnies are getting ice cream, there's a good chance that they'll run out of money and still ask for more. And this will be his fate.